couple words of safety before you watch the next video. If you do decide to try any of this, keep in mind this only works if the water pump is and the water source where you have your water pump is that will be pumping into the tanks is lower than the tanks. The tank has to be higher for the pump to for the power bar trick to work. And always keep your power bars higher above ground, like you see in my video. It's a little bit higher. That way, in case you do spill water, you know, you don't run a chance of any electrocution or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Stay safe all the time. But watch the next video. Really cool video on how I use water pumps to pump out the water, and how I use specifically the power bar trick to put the water into the tank and control it right where the tank is. Hey guys, one more quick video. I've talked so much and I've showed you guys so many times how I use water pumps. I want to show you a trick I do. This is a water pump, and you've seen me put this into a fish tank, and they come in different sizes. But basically what you do is you put it in a fish tank, and you see this is where the pump picks up the water. This is where it spits it out, right? So you put that in here, you connect the hose to it, and the other end of the hose will go to your sink or wherever you want to dump the water out, right? So you plug it in and basically let it go, and then when you see it getting close to however much water you want to take out, you unplug it, you take it out of the tank, and that's what a pump would do. It would basically take the water out. Now, the difficult part is putting the water in, and I'll show you what I do. You basically put this into the sink or the bathtub, somewhere where you have water already, and that's works the same way. You just put it in and you connect the hose, and the hose will come into the inside of the tank. So you want to make sure that's nice and tight. I usually put a weight on the end of the hose so that it doesn't come out of the tank. And the key is this usually plugs into somewhere where the water source is, where your tub of water is that you want to take the water and push through into the tank. So what I actually do is not where the water is, not where the actual pump is plugged in, but somewhere beside the fish tank. I have a power bar. It's usually an empty power bar. There's nothing really on it that would cause anything if I shut the power bar off, right? So it's usually an empty power bar, right? And I have a long extension cord that I plug the pump into somewhere where the water source is, right? So you plug it in over there with the long extension cord. The long extension cord will plug into the power bar inside your fish room, right next to the tank. So basically what I do is I'm not at the water source. I simply power the power bar on, and I can stand beside the tank and watch it fill up with water. And when it's getting full, I shut the power bar off, and that shuts the pump off in the other room. And then I quickly pull out the hose. Now, with water pumps, the however low you put your water hose in, if it's higher than where your water source is, it can actually drain your water back out when you have the pump shut off. So that's something you'll get to know about the pumps. But anyway, the idea of this video is, and it's late here, all my lights are off on all my tanks, but the idea is have a power bar in the room where you're putting the water in. So you can turn on and turn off the water pump as you're watching this. So you don't have to run to the other room and unplug the pump and then run back to the room and see if it actually shut off or whatever, right? To prevent water spillage and things like that, you want to have a power bar in the same room. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I'll try and do a better video later when I'm actually doing a water change. I just did my water changes, so maybe next week or a week later I'll try and do another video if I do not forget. But that's yeah, one long extension cord that will run. Let me just kind of show you. It'll run to like my bathroom, for example. Here's my bathroom. I'll run it into my bathroom. I'll plug the water pump in my bathroom, but I control it in my fish room with the power bar button. I just shut it on and off and on and move it to another tank, the hose, right? I move the hose to the other tank and I power the power bar on, and it continues to put the water back into the next tank. Then when I'm almost done with that tank, I shut the power bar off and I move the hose over to the next tank and I power it on, turns the pump on, the pump continues to pump the water in. When it's almost done, I shut it off. If you follow the flow of what I'm trying to get at is, that's how easy it is. It's a lot better than running into the other room and unplugging the pump. So just a long extension cord and a power bar where you plug in your long extension cord that plugs into the power bar. Alright, that's the whole video, and hopefully that helps you out if you're using or starting to use a water pump.